Hi, hello, and welcome again to another episode of Natural Juan. If you like my content, please feel free to like and share with your friends, and subscribe to my channel and hit that bell for notifications if you want more stuff like this. Hi, hello, and welcome again to another unscripted video of Natural Juan. And you heard that right. This is an unscripted video, meaning I'm probably going to make a lot of mistakes making this one. But anyway, this time we're going to delve into another GM emulator called the Covetous Poets Adventure Creator and Solo GM Guidebook. Just like Mythic before, it's a supplement to help role players create adventures and play their favorite RPG system solo. So, if you don't have a GM, as long as you got this thing, you can make it work. But first, I need to show you guys how it actually works. The thing is, I'm not sure if I've mentioned this before, but the Covetous Poets Adventure Creator and Solo Guidebook runs like a Saturday morning cartoon. Saturday morning cartoons were a thing with my generation. I don't know about yours, but a Saturday morning cartoon is like the cartoon shows they showed back in Saturday mornings when I was a kid. In essence, it's like a TV show. Like you got a TV show about superheroes, say Justice League. Like, you'll have the first part where like Superman and Batman learn about something bad happening and they gotta help. And in the second part, they're going to see what it's about. Maybe they're going to confront the bad guy. Maybe the bad guy is Two-Face or the Joker or Lex Luthor stealing pancakes again or something like that. And then maybe they get, maybe their efforts don't work out. Or maybe they do, but they don't show you the final thing. Then there's another commercial, and then after that commercial, you get the finale. You see what happens to everybody. So anyway, it's meant to run that way. That's why, as I'm about to show you here, see, this is the plot sheet. I have one here, two, which I'm going to show you how to fill it in just a minute. So, but yeah, that's how it's supposed to work. Wait, I'm going to show you. See there? Act 1. Then you have Act 2. And then you have Act 3, which is the finale. So we're going to go with the 3-act version. This is the one that's most common and what it's built for. But you see there's variations like the 1 act is for short adventures, possibly playable in a single session. This is like, I don't know, your one-shot game. 2 acts is rival to the 3-act structure is the 2-act. It works by fitting 2 1-acts together into a unified story where the first act problem leads to an even bigger complication to be solved in the second act. I guess this is when, the stuff gets bigger. So okay, let's go on with how this actually works. Yeah, so it's supposed to work like a TV show with commercial breaks in the interim. But I will tell you guys, at least in the Philippines, our shows tend to have a lot of commercial breaks. I remember that, like watching Ang Provinciano, and then there's going to be like 10 commercials per break, that sort of thing. Okay, let's get started. So let's start. So our adventure type, let's go with fantasy. Okay, fantasy seems good. So let's go with fantasy. Then we're going to roll for the opposition. You see, we roll a D100 to see who are the bad guys. Teen. Okay. Deadly monster. Okay. Let's put here deadly monster. So what is our motivation? Why are we doing this? There you go. D1000. Now, this seems weird, but a D1000, there's really no such thing as a 1000-sided dice. But like the D100, you're just gonna get 3 10-sided dice, And one will serve as your tens, another as your ones, and another as your hundreds. Oh, excuse me, I'm burping. Had a big breakfast. Okay, so yeah. D1000. Let's see, let's roll. 172. Okay. Death or hatred. Okay, since we're fighting a deadly monster, yeah. Let's go with hatred. Let's go with a theme. So another D1000 roll. 377. Free will. Now we're going to choose a plot device. Let's see what our first plot device is. 550. That's quite a ways off. 550. Made an example. A character, perhaps a PC, has so displeased someone of power that they intend to make a very gruesome or at least unpleasant example out of them. Okay. Going to choose a second one. $723. Okay. Rising hostilities. Events cause two groups to come to blows or military action. Then action plus thing. Okay. Don't mind the sound, there's just a truck passing by. Alert. And another one. 490. Oh, that's a big truck. Sorry. 490. Masquerade. This will make for some interesting interpretations. Another action and thing. Okay. 757. Rally. $87. So that's a test. Oh wait. Wrong table. Okay, 87. Rally bugs. This should be interesting. Now let's move on with the story background. Like, how did all this come to be? It's a good way to, give more flesh to the story. So, it's asking us for complications. So we need to choose 2 complications. There you go. 782. 782. Running out of time. Let's roll again. 352. Hunger or thirst, or fish out of water. Let's put in hunger. Okay then, now for the plot device. $124. Bubble wrap. Something vital but very fragile, like a baby or a flimsy object, travels with the PCs. 929. We've given mob a bad name. A group seeks to atone for its previous actions or misdeeds. Now for the action and thing. 192. Compete. Five, three, one. Again, apologies for the loud background noise. That's just passing trucks. Morning. I'm gonna see if I can. If next time I can find a way to edit these extra noises out. 413. So 413 is foil. Foil. 610. Perform or entertainer. Okay, action and thing. 323. Dominate. 16. Alliance. Now for the locations, this is another thing. This is what I really love about this GM emulator is there's so much stuff in it. Like you can easily create an adventure using ideas generated by this particular GM emulator. The thing is, if I'm going to compare it to something like Mythic has a very limited idea generator, but it is perfect for those people who just want to create an adventure on the fly. This one is a little more specific, but in essence, at least you have better structure to it, you have better order to it, there are more ideas to be presented to you. With Mythic, it's just you and your imagination. Now both definitely have their merits. Both of them have merits, but this one is at least more specific to your campaign. The only disadvantage to it, I would say, is that it's too specific. Because maybe you want to run a science fantasy adventure like Star Wars. The thing is, Star Wars has both fantasy and sci-fi. If you just use the sci-fi theme of Covetous Poets, sci-fi materials are all you get. You will have to cross with these other tables and charts just to make things work. Anyway, enough of that. Let's find our location, shall we? So yeah, let's see where our first location is. 161. Cavern. Man, I'm already getting ideas to this. The next location is 970. Watchtower. And the next location is 796. Where is 796? Settlement. That could be a city or a village. Now let's consult the guide again to see how this works out. The story. This chart you need. Wait. So, okay, so Yeah, this is the idea generator. So we can use this to start stuff. But already I'm getting a good idea out of this. So yeah, okay, I might as well type out the idea that's on my mind. So evil wizard creates a monster or a deadly monster to attack the kingdom. The truth is that the monster is actually good with a conscience, but the wizard wants it to be evil. The wizard also masquerades as the king's advisor. The monster is a giant bug that can control other bugs. The wizard wants the king to favor him because the king is the leader of an alliance of kingdoms, making him one of the most powerful men in the world. Now let's so we'll put here the king, the evil wizard, and the deadly monster. Okay. Yeah, that's the initial oddity and inciting incident. So we'll do this. Oh, yeah. This game also, here is another strength of this particular GM emulator. It can work with just about any genre. It can be horror, it can be mystery, it can be superhero. A mythic, when it comes to actual horror and mystery, you might actually need a GM to do that. But in this game, you don't need. You can play a horror. You can play a horror game or a mystery game with just this GM emulator because of all the clues and ideas it presents. You simply don't need a GM. The thing is, with Mythic, you need a GM to give you ideas on what's actually going on, who is the killer. And the sad part, even if the GM is playing with you in Mythic, he already knows who the bad guy is. He might already know who the werewolf is or who the killer is. In Mythic, he will be in the dark like everyone. You'll be creating NPCs, for example, like it says here. So you'll be creating NPCs, and what'll happen is, as you go on, you find clues on these people. It could be any one of them. So even if you are the GM, even if you made a little or some preparations for it, you still don't know. So it's really perfect for those groups that don't have a GM. Okay, so the initial oddity is the evil wizard The evil wizard is acting strange after a series of brutal killings. The inciting incident is the sighting of a giant insect-like monster. That's our deadly monster. Okay, so let's start with the event. So right, let's go to the tables. This is where we'll figure out the mini events. Story charts, challenge scenes. I'm going to show you what those are about anyway. Wait, let's try. Again, sorry for the ambient noise. That's just trucks passing by. It's in the middle of the day in my country, so you know, it's business as usual. Man, don't these guys ever quit? Or I mean, don't these guys ever get a break? Okay, so here's how it's going to work. The events are, so here we are, the events. You need 2d6. Enough, isn't it? There we go. 9. What is 9? Something bad happens to a PC. Action. Let's go to fantasy actions. Six. Oh, why did I roll a 3? Sorry. I get distracted. 1-5. 6-1-5 is mistrust. Ding. $558. Negotiations. Plot. Okay, let's pick a plot device. Again, using 812. Take ill. Let's see that. Take ill. An important NPC or friend is suffering prolonged illness or weakness. We can say maybe that's the king. The king is sick or something. Okay. Now let's roll for the opposition, which is just a D100. 76. Let's see what comes out. Spirits, ethereal, undead, or criminal kingpin. Since we already have some idea what's happening. Okay, location. Where is the location for this one? Okay, let's go back. $599. $599. Monastery. Ooh, yeah. Okay then. So what happens here is that An ally is attacked. Group of criminals in a monastery. This is likely where a negotiation with neighboring kingdoms are happening. So they're trying to slow things down, but the evil wizard sends a criminal kingpin, you know, the bad guy. He sends in the bad guys to slow down what's happening here. Because he wants there to be, you know, enmity or hostility. But also, like I said, anything can happen. So maybe the criminal kingpin actually knows that the evil wizard might be plotting against the king or something like that. So while the negotiations are taking place, they attack one of the PCs, and maybe the PCs get sick, or maybe the head monk or the person leading the negotiations is sick, and they're in the monastery and they're being attacked by the criminal kingpin. Anything is possible. Now, I'm gonna try to skip ahead to Act 2. See, if you're gonna follow this is for the long game stuff. I'm just skipping ahead so that you have an idea how it works. Now, let's move on to number 2. Again, we're going to X. $2d6 challenge. What is the first challenge? 6. Assist or save an NPC. What is the action? Now let's go back to D1000. 528. Infiltrate. Thing. $124. Code. What's the plot? Oops. No witnesses. Someone has committed an evil deed and now seeks to eliminate anyone who may lead others back to them, even friends and colleagues. Wow. Who is the opposition? Just like the criminal kingpin above. Who is stopping us? Or who is getting in our way? That's a better way of saying it. Who is getting in our way? Who's making things worse for us? D100 and 100 zombies. Oh wow. Zombies. And where are we? Let's roll. 712. Themes, complications. Prison. Oh my god, this sounds really cool. Okay, so what happens here, the way I interpreted it, a witness sees the evil wizard for what he is. The PCs must save him before the zombies the evil wizard sent to attack him kill him, and he is in a prison. The evil wizard had him imprisoned for unclear charges or something like that. So well, that's a good idea for an adventure. And the Act 3 finale now this is for you, the players, to decide. Just follow these just just follow these. And remember, Covetous Poets, unlike Mythic, it doesn't have its own game engine, so this can work with just about any game you want, from Pathfinder, Mutants and Masterminds, Dungeons and Dragons, Shadowrun. It's up to you, it's all up to you. So after following these and taking the correct actions, for your characters, like you fight the bad guys, you maybe kill the evil wizard, or you capture the deadly monster and find out it's not really as evil as most people think. It's how you decide the fate of everything that Act 3 comes out. So there's no guide for creating Act 3. It's up to you how you will end the story. This is like when a TV show or a Saturday morning cartoon runs, like first break, and then on the second act, the heroes finally confront the bad guy, they fight him, and somehow they win. This is the part of what happens afterwards. Like, do they manage to capture the evil wizard? Do they kill him or something like that? Do they manage to stop the deadly monster from rampaging? Do they find out that it's actually good? Do they let it live? That sort of thing. So it's all up to you, the players, on how that will play out. So anyway, that's it for this episode of Natural Juan. Feel free to subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my content, and like and share it with your friends if you like this particular video.